Hey, I'm not so a trainer, and what if I could build my perfect Pokemon game? Let's get into it. Before we start, I want to thank you all for helping out the channel. We're already past 100 subs and it feels unreal. Thank you to every single one of you that supported me so far, and I hope to continue to deliver the content that you like. Again, I cannot thank you enough. Now on to the video. Today we are going on a quick trip down memory lane where I'll give you my take on what to me would be a perfect Pokemon game, using the strengths from the various generations as bricks. The catch is, we can only use one from each generation/region. For example, if I said that I would use a plot like the one in the first generation, I don't mean that I would use that exact one. Simply that approach would be the one thing that I would take from that generation into the future ones. Also, I'm going to use the main games from each generation, ignoring the remakes to make things less messy. Oh, and don't forget to tell me what are your picks in the comments down below. Build your own game. I'm very curious to know your thoughts. Alright, let's begin. Of course, we are starting with the first generation. The original games and region are the hardest ones to pick from, since so much has been improved since those times. Still, there is one thing that I would like to see again, and that is Team Rocket. Not even a similar team, simply Team Rocket. The original villains were also the simpler ones. They had one simple goal that didn't seem out of this world or extraordinary: money and power. They didn't act like a cult, but more like a mafia, an actual criminal organization working from inside of the realms of the Pokemon Society, through their iconic boss. It was great seeing Giovanni again in Ultra Sun Ultra Moon, even if just for a while, but it would be even better to see a strongly built Team Rocket under him on a whole different scenario. And maybe even have Giovanni as the champion of a corrupted Elite Four. Call me crazy, but I would just love to see that. Our second stop is my favorite region, and that's Johto. So many fond memories from there, but there's one that no other generation was ever able to even try to emulate: the post-game. The chance to explore a whole new region. It felt like a whole game on its own, going through all the gyms from before and seeing how things changed from when we were last walking throughout Kanto. I would love to have a new game that would take us on a journey of that size. Give us the opportunity to travel to another place that we knew from before or that we are simply about to discover. Imagine having a whole new game where you could travel to, for example, Kalos, and see how things turned out on that forsaken place, or simply expand the map we already have to something double its size. Johto and its post-game are simply legendary in my eyes. Next up is Owen, back when Pokemon jumped from the Game Boy Color into the realms of Game Boy Advance, and we got another iconic adventure. Looking back, what stands out to me the most is exploration. Not only because Owen has some very cool places that you don't even have to explore, like the Shoal Cave, the ever-elusive Mirage Island and the abandoned ship, but because of one thing that, for whatever reason, never came back: the underwater. It opens up a new world right beneath the one you are exploring, capable of hiding new Pokemon, underwater caves and secret routes to hidden places. That concept makes sense in every single region, and it is my pick for my perfect game. After Owen comes Sinnoh, and this to me is pretty much the easiest pick. Give us a game where the lore is as deep as it is in the Sinnoh region. Give us a library with random quotes and books that build upon that lore and makes us wonder to this very day how things truly were in the beginning. There's a reason just hearing the word Arceus makes us hyped, and that's because of how much the lore of the Sinnoh region stayed with us after all these years. A perfect game to me wouldn't need a huge legendary count, but they should be really well explained and showcased to us the way Sinnoh legendaries were. Now comes Unova, the one gen that I never really got into. I blame the graphics being in a weird transition state from 2D to 3D and the monkeys. But even not fully getting into it, I can't deny that those games gave us the best plot in every Pokemon game to this day. It's not beyond amazing, as I don't think any storyline in the Pokemon game is, but it's well built and everything serves a purpose. From the start you are presented with Team Plasma and you are slowly finding out their plans. There's good character development and even those twisty moments with N and Ghetsis nearing the end. There's consistency and structure, and that's what I would like in my perfect Pokemon game. Consistency in the characters and structure in the story, just like Unova did. Well, I'm not gonna spend a lot of time in Kalos. It didn't have a bad story at all, Lysander is a great antagonist, but I can't help feeling that the game was, well, unfinished. I love that region, I really do, but it's only a shadow of what it could have been. For that reason, let's go with the simple thing: Mega Evolution. Expand on it and give us more Mega Pokemon so that the power they get from Mega Evolving is not limited to only a few out of the almost 1000 we have right now. Just the search for the Mega Stones would be enough to create another fun quest to spice up the gameplay. And here we are in Alola. Alola has, in my opinion, the second best story out of every single Pokemon game. A bit controversial, I know, but I love the whole Aether Foundation thing and I really loved Ultra Beasts. Honestly, if this game didn't have the annoyance of How, I could even put it at the top of the story mountain. But it does have How, so nothing done. But my pick will have nothing to do with those. My pick is gonna be the side quests. These games have so many side quests just lying around and I can't help but to feel like that helps flesh out the region so much more. You give personality to the random NPCs around you and even to the Pokemon that just are roaming around. It really helps with the immersion. And now let's finish it off in the also very controversial Galar region. I think it's fairly obvious what I would like to keep from this game. Nothing really stood out but the concept of the wild area. The rotating camera is something that we've always needed and it does change the way we experience a Pokemon game, in a positive way in my opinion. If I could pick more things, I would say that I want the Pokemon in the overworld and say that I would love them to be shiny there as well. Plus having a good ride follow mechanic like in Let's Go, but I only get one. So my perfect Pokemon game would have Team Rocket in it, a post-game as massive as Johto's, the underwater would come back and give us those great exploration moments in a region with lore as deep as Sinnoh. All of this would be in the warm embrace of a story as well built as the plot of Gen 5 with Mega Evolution of course, and as many side quests as possible like in Alola. All of it with a modern touch, in Pokemon terms, of the wild area and DLC in Galar. What are your picks? Don't forget to let me know in the comments down below, and also don't forget to subscribe for more Pokemon content and to help out the channel of course. You can follow me on social media and Twitch or join our Discord, all the links are in the description. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you all on the next one.